All right, guys, what's going on? If you haven't read my YouTube community post or my Instagram feed, I've taken some time off because my mom recently passed away at the end of March. And so I needed to go back to Las Vegas, where I'm from, and handle my family affairs and also myself as well. It's a bit of a trying time, but I am back in the saddle. We're back at it again here. We're talking about the Voigtlander 55 1.2 SL2S lens for the Nikon F Mount. Check out these sample images. As you saw from the sample images and from the title of this video, I've only had this lens for around 24 hours and I had to give it back because other people needed to try it out. And so these images are quite random. They're just to give you an idea of how it renders. And I will tell you, it has that vintage rendering to it, but it does remind me very much like the 50 1.2 AIS lens. Now I have that lens as well, a very beautiful copy of it. And if you didn't see the chromatic aberration on the 50 1.2 and you were looking at the images side by side from the 55 and the 50, you wouldn't know the difference. At 1.2, they both render quite soft. I mean, there's a little bit of sharpness, less contrast than some newer lenses out there. It does sharpen up from f2 and beyond, very much like the 50 1.2 lens as well from Nikon. So I think they replicated that lens for the most part. I mean, I've tried the 58 Noct. I would say that's not necessarily there with this one, but it's more of the 50 than anything else. Now, there are some key differences though from the 50 and the 55. Case in point, close focusing on the 55 is 0.45 meters and the 50 is longer. Also, this lens, the new one, has electronic contacts to it, which is the first time we're seeing this out of a sort of an AIS design lens. Now, Nikon, from what I read online, said they weren't able to do that through their engineering is to put electronic contacts on an AIS lens. Voigtlander has taken up that challenge and they were able to do it with an AI coupler to it as well. That makes it very interesting for those of you out there that have a more modern Nikon F Mount camera and you want to have that information transferred from the lens to the body. You can do that now. Now you can also do it with the Nikon Z8, Z9, ZFC, Z5, Z6, Z7 with the FTZ adapter. All you need to do is when you mount the FTZ adapter and the lens to the body is you turn the aperture ring to f16 and then you control the aperture through the body of the camera system. That's how it works. But outside of that, it is manual all the way through. Now, in terms of the weight of this lens, comes in at 365 grams. So it has a nice weight to it. It's not too heavy and it's not light. It's a really well-built lens. I mean, Voigtlander's done a tremendous job and they do a great job on all their Nikon F Mount lenses especially, but this lens feels very much like a vintage lens. I felt it next to my 50 1.2, then also compared it to my 105 2.5, which is a Nikkor PC Auto non-AI lens, which has more of the design element of this 55 than anything else. The black scalloped ring, the same kind of semi-gloss black finish to it, the way the numbers and the colors are there, it will look beautiful on your film camera, it'll look beautiful on your ZFC, it'll look beautiful on your, on any camera for that matter. I even tested on the Leica SL2S Reporter and it looked great. Now, in terms of the FM3A, which I mounted it to as well, it is gorgeous on that camera system. It looks beautiful. But unfortunately, when you go to more modern cameras with the FTZ adapter, which is very long, it does make that lens a lot longer because I think the adapter is half the length of that lens. I mean, hopefully someone makes a more compact adapter. Maybe they will in the future, but as it stands right now, we got to deal with the FTZ adapter and it's quite big. Now, if you don't care about looks, it doesn't matter. But if you're into looks, a little bit of a tip for you on that. But outside of that, I mean, in terms of other information on it, the filter diameter is 52 millimeters. It's got 9 rounded aperture blades to it. It's designed to be like a vintage lens out there. So if you're thinking that it's going to be like the 50 F1 from Voigtlander, you're sadly mistaken. Different price point, different size altogether. This is going to be your 50 1.2 AIS lens with a few added benefits. And if you're looking for something like that, this is one lens to definitely consider. And I think you're going to really enjoy the way that it renders, the way that it pulls the bokeh, the way that it has just a really nice, it has character to it. And I like lenses with character. Character really makes something special into your images, and this lens will do that for you. Anyway, like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, more content coming your way. Once again, a big thanks to all the support and the kind words with my mom's passing and for being patient with me. I will be back very soon with more videos, a lot of stuff coming at the end of this month, so watch out for it. and I will chat to you guys very, very soon. Take care.